Well, hello there. If you're hungry, you're in the right spot because today we will be exploring Jackson Heights in New York City. Jackson Heights is a neighborhood in Queens. It's like 20 to 30 minutes on the subway to get to Manhattan from there. What I really like about Jackson Heights is it's super culturally diverse. They have immigrants from all over Latin America and Asia, especially living in that neighborhood. You hear all kinds of languages being spoken, shops selling all different kinds of things, and it's just such a great place to find a bunch of different diverse restaurants that at least seem to be pretty authentic to the cultures that they come from. You know, like in New York, you can kind of find like things toned down or changed around to appeal to an American palate. So what I was looking for were places where things might be more authentic to where they come from. If you're somebody who really likes to travel all over the world, or at least experience different cuisines from all over the world, I highly recommend visiting Jackson Heights. You will not be disappointed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through different places I visited over the course of 10 days in Jackson Heights. So the first place I went to was called Lhasa Fast Food. It's a Tibetan restaurant. I've never been to Tibet. I've been to mainland China many times. Haven't been to Tibet. I've wanted to try Tibetan food, so I was really excited on the first day that I found a place very easily. What I ate was chicken momo. So momo is like what they call their dumplings. And then I had a veggie thentuk. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this stuff right. It was a vegetable noodle soup. I wanted to get this particular soup because the noodles seemed distinct. So they had glass noodles in the soup, and they had these like short, thick noodles. They said they were like the length of a thumb. So I was like, okay, let's see what that texture is like. Both things were very good. Sure, I would eat there again. Happy with it. Next stop was 969 New York Coffee. I wanted to go there because I wanted matcha. Like, I'm huge on milk tea. Yeah, can't get enough of this stuff. So I wanted a really good matcha in the United States. It's hard to find a matcha latte that is similar to what you could expect in most parts of East Asia. I went to check out the matcha latte. So yeah, I got a matcha latte and I got a tuna onigiri. The matcha latte, it was good. The only thing was they still had like clumps of a matcha in there, you know, like little balls of matcha. And if it had been blended or mixed better, it would have been smooth. So, and that's how I prefer to have it, but it was still good. It was just, you know, expect some little spots of matcha. And then the tuna onigiri. Okay, I'm used to onigiri that's triangle shaped and completely covered in seaweed. And this one was heart shaped and it had like a little sash of seaweed, like it was in a beauty pageant. And they gave it like Miss Onigiri, Miss Tuna Onigiri 2022. So that was a different type of onigiri for me. It was super cute. The rice was great. I would have preferred a bit more seaweed on that thing though, but I would totally go back there and do the same thing for sure. Next stop was Mexican. It was Tacos Morelos. I had 3 tostadas. One was veggie, one was with queso. They called it quesillo. And the other was chicken. I was happy with it. It was so big for me though. Like, it was a lot of food. I could not finish it. And my friend, if you're interested, he had enchiladas, carne asada, and mole. So that's that. He was also very, very satisfied with his meal. Next stop, I needed a boba tea. I needed boba. Milk tea cravings lead me places. Let's just say that. Okay. So I went to Coco Fresh Tea and Juice and I got a Hong Kong milk tea with some boba. It did the trick. It was what I needed. Next, we went to Warique, which was a Peruvian restaurant. This one was like, oh my god. Oh, okay. So, I need a moment to prepare myself. This was really good. Okay, so I got a half roasted chicken with fried rice and fried plantains because there were quite a few Chinese immigrants who moved to Peru, so they have a Chinese style fried rice in their cuisine. It's great. Okay, now fried chicken sounds pretty basic. Okay, I have to tell you, Peruvian food is flavored so well. Like, things look simple, things look ordinary, and then you put them in your mouth and you're just like, how the hell did they do that? That's Peruvian cuisine. Okay, so if you're in the mood for a fried chicken, go Peruvian, absolutely, you won't be disappointed. Warwick has a great one. And then my friend, she got leche de tigre ceviche, which is, I don't know, tiger's milk ceviche. It was great. Oh, and we also got fried yuca on the side. I am normally not a fan of yuca. This yuca, I would happily eat. It was so good. So good. And then as like a starter, you know, like when restaurants like put bread on the table or whatever for you to pick at, they put these little fried corn kernels. Oh, those were good too. And I don't even normally like corn. I don't really like popcorn, but these things. So this restaurant was so good that they made food I don't like normally taste great. Okay. Anyway, next stop was Espresso 77. I wanted to check out a coffee shop in the area. This is cute. It's very comfortable feeling in there while still being a bit, I guess, polished or whatever. You know, people were sitting in there doing their work. Other people were having conversations with strangers. You know, it was kind of like a catch-all. And then, of course, as typical in New York, I listened to people in their early 20s relay everything to their friends that they have been learning about themselves in therapy. So, you know, you get it all there. I ordered an oat bar and a chai latte because I really like oats and I really like chai. And this oat bar was excellent. What I really liked about the oat bar was that it wasn't too sweet. It was just enough sweetness to keep you interested, but not more than that. And then they had some dried fruit in there and I was like, I need to figure out how to make this oat bar because this is good. And then the chai also had a good froth thing going on because when I could drink coffee, and I can't drink coffee anymore because it gives me migraines, but when I could, I would order cappuccinos. And my favorite part was the foam and like having incredible foam, right? So now that I don't drink coffee, it's like I rarely get to have the foam, and this thing, this chai latte, had excellent foam. I was very happy with that. So thank you, Espresso 77. Next up was Repa Lady. Repa Lady is a Colombian restaurant that serves arepas. We ordered first the 3 mini empanadas as an appetizer. So the empanadas we got were cheese, beef, and chicken. They were great. Then I got a shrimp arepa and I loved it. It kind of felt like a sandwich in terms of like having the arepa as like, you know, the starch of the meal, and then the shrimp being the protein, and then it had cheese, you know, and some veggies inside. It was very filling and delicious. Highly recommend Arepa Lady. So the last place I went in Jackson Heights on this particular trip was the Thai restaurant called Kitchen 79. So, as you know, maybe, I lived in Thailand for 2.5 years in northern Thailand, and I went to this particular restaurant in Jackson Heights because they had cow soy on the menu. Oh, okay, so first I ordered these fresh spring rolls, like in a rice paper, like not fried, you know, totally fresh. I took Cindy out. Cindy's my camera. Let me show you Cindy. This Cindy is the one who captured everything. Yeah. Cindy, say hi. Anyway, so I had Cindy out, and they saw me have Cindy out, and then they brought me a free Thai iced tea, which was sweet. Anyway. Or maybe they gave it to me because I was eating by myself. I don't know. But anyway, I wanted cow soy. I got cow soy. Cow soy is a northern Thai noodle dish with egg noodles on the bottom and crunchy egg noodles on top and a red curry coconut broth. And then you have all these little things you can put on as garnish. If you want to know more about it, I have a whole video on cow soy, but I needed a fix. I got it. What I will say is I thought that the broth on this particular cow soy was a little on the thin side. I would have liked it a bit thicker, and it absolutely needed lime juice. They did not bring a lime, so if you go there and you want the cow soy, ask for lime, squeeze it on top, and the flavor will be great. Also, I want to mention, because the first time that I went to Jackson Heights, I wanted Burmese food. And I went looking for this Burmese restaurant. And I found it, but it was closed. It was called Yoon Cafe. It was closed. And then I went again a couple days later, and it was closed. And I was like, oh no, what happened to this restaurant? I hope it's okay. I hope the owners are okay. And so I asked a neighboring place about it, and they were like, we don't know, they haven't been there for a month. So then I Googled it, and it turned out that they succeeded and they graduated to a restaurant in the East Village. So I'm very happy that the people who are running Yoon Cafe are fine, and they're so fine. They opened like a whole restaurant, not just like a little shop that happens to serve food like in the subway station. Like they have a whole restaurant in the East Village now. It's called Little Myanmar. I went there with my cousin and had phenomenal food there. So that is no longer in Jackson Heights, but that is what I would call a Jackson Heights success story. And if you're curious about that, just let me know in the comments, because I have footage, and I will make sure to make a video about Little Myanmar. And the food's so good. So I hope after watching this you have a tremendous amount of respect for the people who make up Jackson Heights and the restaurant scene that makes up Jackson Heights. I hope you come away with a hungry stomach and some intrigue and a little bit of fortitude to go check it out yourself. If you want more of the same kind of thing, you can come back here. Just hit subscribe. You'll find out when I make another video. Thank you and bon appetit.